So this guy is clearly from the Geophagus family, but something about his coloration just doesn't match any of the other species I've looked at. So I'm not sure if I've got this fish properly identified.
Hey, it's Brock here with Uncommon Aquatics, and today we are introducing some new fish into the 125-gallon planted community tank. Now I'm gonna have to stop calling it a planted community tank because even though it's going to stay planted, I don't know if it's really a community tank anymore. I set this up with the idea of focusing on the plants and having a lot of these tetras and the corydoras and those type of fish. After getting the tank set up, I started looking for more of a showpiece fish and really got drawn into all of the peaceful Central and South American cichlids that don't eat plants and will behave in a community tank and a planted tank. And that led me to the angelfish and the rams. I've got Bolivian ram, a German blue ram, and a balloon ram. I've also got a blue acara and a Geophagus tapajos. And I really love those smaller, peaceful South American cichlids. And I'm kind of leaning towards making this tank be just about those South American cichlids that aren't plant eaters. I've also got a crabensis and a brachardi and 3 parrots. Now at this point, you're looking at parrots and the tapajo and the acara as all being 6 to 7 inch fish. And maybe no longer being all that compatible with the community idea. So I may end up removing some of these smaller fish just so they're not eaten or picked on. But today we're adding 3 more fish that are a good fit with this setup. This guy right here is that 3rd parrot I was talking about. I originally started with 3 parrots. I had a polar blue, the traditional red, and a platinum. And the platinum was barely the size of my pinky nail, and he didn't make it very long. I lost that fish. I'm not sure why. Sometimes with smaller fish, you just lose one. The one I just showed you is the same size that the polar blue and the red parrot are. The second fish we're adding today is a second blue acara. The other acara that I have is probably 4.5 inches and really fat. He's well fed. He's kind of been the boss of the tank as the stockiest fish in there, even though maybe not the longest. A couple other fish I almost forgot about is I've got a keyhole cichlid and a rainbow cichlid and a nanacara. And I just love these cichlids. So finally, we get to the big guy. Now, as far as South American cichlids go, this is kind of a small guy. But he's about 5 inches and stocky. This is a mature fish, a lot beefier than any of the other fish in here. Beautiful coloration on him. And this fish, my favorite local fish store ordered him in and got him when he was like 1 inch or 2. And they've had him for 6 months, and now he's 5 inches and tall and beefy. And he makes my other Geophagus look tiny. And I've been wanting this fish ever since I started this tank. And actually the store owner almost tried to talk me out of it and said, you know, I can get you one of the Geophagus species that's more sought after with more of the silver with the red and blue like everyone wants. And I said, my tapajos has those colors. I've never seen a Geophagus with this coloration. Even in the store, he's kind of a gold brown, almost orange and black. And it's really unique. And he's got that head shape of the Geophagus, but a pronounced upper lip. Really a nice looking fish that doesn't look like the other Geophagus I'm used to seeing. And I take that as a positive, not a negative. So he offered to order me in like a Sveni that I'd been looking at. And I said, no, I want this one. It's a Geophagus balzani. So let's get these guys into the water and get a better look at them. I've really been wanting to get more acaras. My intention is I bought a couple of 20-gallon tanks today, and I'm going to be adding a 40. And I'm going to do a breeding setup for acaras. I don't know if I have a male and a female yet, but I've been intending for a while to get more acaras, and I like that this one is closer to the size of my other one. That acara is a light blue, and the one I've got previously is a much darker, richer blue. So I had been intentional about acquiring all my fish around the same size so they could grow together. This is the first time I have added a fish that's significantly bigger than the others. But I think he's so peaceful, and he was in an aquarium at the store that had some of these small blood parrots and an acara, and I think he'll do fine in here. Because it's just a peaceful species for a cichlid. So with these new fish that I've added, the things I'm the most interested to find out is, will that new Geophagus be a bully? Which I don't think he will. And the second thing is, will I end up with a mated pair on these acaras? I believe they're difficult to gender, and the only thing most people talk about is the length of the dorsal fin, and I'll try to get a look of them side by side and see if I can tell a difference. I don't know if that color difference is just the tank that he's in and the diet that he's on, but mine is just a richer, darker blue, a more vibrant blue than any of the ones I see in stores. Here we've got the parrot up here with the angels. Everything else I added today is a perfect size mix for what's in here already. With the caveat that the tetras are always going to be undersized in here. They were supposed to be dither fish that gave the tank activity, but I think I'm acquiring enough cichlids at this point that that's not going to be a problem. And for you guys, anyone who's worried about overcrowding, this is a 125 gallon, and I've got about 6 fish. We got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fish in here that will get up to 6 inches long in a 125 gallon. Everything else is small fish. So I really don't think I'm gonna have a problem with overcrowding. But like I said, I'm already setting up more tanks, and the acaras probably are gonna get their own setup. If I get 2 acaras that pair off, they will get their own tank, and I'll probably add a new acara to this tank, or whichever one doesn't end up paired off. I think I'm gonna end up having a lot of acaras and Geophagus and more of these small species. I love the Bolivian ram. I wish he got a little bigger. Well, anyway, I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.